Whoa, screw the intro, I've reached 100 videos. I think it's time. I think it's time for that cash shift 101. Yes, indeed. But anyway, what's happening, YouTubers? S4J finally back again, bringing you the coolest battles of yesterday and today, right? And I had the prestige honor of fighting against my good friend Joey, otherwise known as PokeAimMD, in the PokeMoshPit New Jersey tournament that just took place on the 23rd, I believe that's what it was. If I'm so prompt on remembering dates, which is a surprise, because I can't remember shit. Like, I always forget things in my life. Anyway, what's happening, right? Joey does the bitch move and tries to scout me out as he goes for the protect, right? This is what I locked myself into, except that I'm not locked. I'm expert belt. Take the meteors up in your ass. Look, yeah, take it with a smile too. Happy. Anyway, I can't finish this thing off anyway, considering that I am -2. Doesn't matter if I go for the Jockey Meter and or the Thunderbolt, but I do like the retarded thing anyway, because against an opponent like Joey, you have to kind of make retarded moves to begin with. But in a sense, I was thinking like, hey, this is more of a wasted turn. I should have actually brought in the Tyranitar, considering that he might want to save his Politoed, knowing full well he wanted to save his Politoed for later on. To win the weather battle, since my Tyranitar hasn't taken any damage, and the fact that I have the Ferrothorn, as you see in the preview, might entail kind of a threat. So that was a perfect chance for me to bring in Tyranitar instead of the Stealth Rock on the switch out, as he might want to save his Fortress for later on. That was perfect, but as usual, I screwed that up, and I'm here now with Ferrothorn against Fortress. And what we have here, ladies and gentlemen, is a case of mistaken mismatch. I don't care what nobody says, okay? I don't care if Fortress gets Rapid Spin. Ferrothorn will always top over Fortress just because of its ability, son. Yo, I don't care, son. I don't care. You got a Rapid Spin and hurt yourself, and I got the Leech Seed. You can't do none of that. Right? Look at you. I'm almost full health. No, as a matter of fact, I spoke too soon. I'm full health now. I'm saying full health, and you're taking mad damage. So if you stay in here, right, you keep on trying to Rapid Spin away, you know what I'm saying, something's gonna happen. You're gonna have to try to switch out into Shaman, predicting my my Leech Seed, and or switch out whatever when you try to predict me to go for Spikes or whatever for the entry hazard. You can't ensure that you're gonna keep on spinning away. I know you got 64 Rapid Spins. I know, okay? But look, you know I'm winning. That's why you switched out, and I predicted that. Right, go for that Gyro Ball real quick. Do a significant amount of damage to that Toxic Club. And Incinerate now. And he goes for the Cross Chop. Misses! Because you're a bitch! Right, and then I hit this thing. 2-hit KO this thing with the Gyro Ball, which is amazing. Completely awesome. He's going to bring in the Thunderous now. I'm like, whoa, dude. Come on. I even set himself out like I should have. But in the case, he's going to go for the Nasty Plot. I know Gyro Ball is a 3-hit kill in this case because I have experience before. So I'm just going to stay in, go for the Gyro Ball. Maybe he might try to scare me out or something like that. Go for the Thunder Wave, you know. Who knows? Who knows? You know? Anyway, he's going to go for the Focus Blast and miss again, son. I know you tight. Yo, you should have seen Joey's face, actually. He's like, yo, I can't believe this. I'm like, ha, you dumb. Except not really. But it was actually pretty fun. But I'm just going to go for the Gyro Ball again, thinking that, you know, he might want to stay in and go for a chance to set the Focus Blast. But, you know, he does have the better move. Go for the Scissor. I see that as leftover, so as opposed to go for the Gliscor to get my Toxic Club ability activated, I decide to go to Rotom, knowing that Rotom is faster. I am part electric, so I am going to resist the Bullet Punch, just in case he tries to go, you know, do that Wide Sword Battle Chip in with that +2 Swords dance, you know? I'm just going to burn this thing, you know, cripple it a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to crack your panel, you know what I mean? For anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about with the cracking the panels and, you know, the battle chips or whatever, it hasn't played Mega Man and you suck because you haven't played it. Yo, it's a great game, by the way. But anyway, this thing's burned, right? And I'm like, yo, I'm like so confident this thing can't do nothing. I'm just like, yo, Volt Switch, Volt Switch, out of here. Something else has got to show you. So I'm gonna bring in the Gliscor. Gliscor also smiles, right? Doesn't dance as much as Rotom was dancing in front of Scissor's face, but you know, I guess the smile will do. So he's gonna go for that that long sword now. So he's trying to combine the wide sword and that long sword. Yes, indeed. I think I see what you're doing. Yes, indeed. Right. So he's gonna go for that bullet punch. Right. He's gonna hit me, and I'm not gonna do all too much. But then again, to a Gliscor, that was a lot of freaking damage considering that I am burned. So I'm like, whoa, I'm watching my HP, son. Not trying to really be cocky right here. Plus you leftover, so I don't know if you're packing the roost. you know, let me just go for that Ice Fan real quick, just in case you want to switch out and maybe save your Scissor for later on for a Death Fodder, or maybe you might have the Roost when I bring in my Ferrothorn again, because I am going to be a little bit more reliant on my Ferrothorn, considering that you do have the Politoed, try to set up the entry hazards that I haven't been able to do so as of yet because of your Fortress. But in that case, that doesn't happen, and he tries to stay in. He hits me a little bit more with the Bullet Punch, and I finish this thing off with the Earthquake. He's gonna bring in the Thunderous, right? So I'm like, dang, son, if I had the Star Fox, son, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm just gonna try to go for that now. Or rather, since I have the Tyranitar, I just might as well finish this thing off with the Ice Beam, considering that, you know, maybe he hopefully misses his Focus Blast again. I kind of have to be a little bit more sacrificial with the with my Tyranitar here, because I have little to no use for it anymore in this case, because he has like the Politoed. The only use I have for it is like Fortress, but then again I have like Scissor and other things for it, like Rotom, things like that, you know, that Fortress can't touch. So it's best, in my opinion, that just in case he does happen to hit the Focus Blast, that Tyranitar would take the blunt of it, so I can get a safe switch in onto my Scissor, right? And he's gonna go for that Thunder, son. I was so tight when he did that. I was like, wow, you hit me in SS, yo. I'm like, yo, I should like just Bullet Punch this thing. I'm like, just finish this thing up. But I know he's gonna want to switch, so I was like, let me just lock myself into pursuit, so I don't have to worry about this thing anymore. Goes for the Thunder and finishes me off. So I was like, wow. Alright, I'm gonna bring in the Latios because he doesn't have the +2 that he had before, so I know Hidden Power Ice won't be able to finish me off here. So I'm just going to bring the Latios, right? Go lock myself into Surf. Knowing full well that I think he might want to switch to Politoed. But even if he did, like, I get a boost because of the Surf. And I know that he isn't faster. He's in Scarf, thank God. And I'm just going to be able to finish this down with the Thunderbolt, considering that I'm not locked onto anything. Politoed, you dead! But, you know, it's sad because I don't win the Weather War. I'm going to lock myself into Draco Meteor, right? And I wasn't thinking, I was like, wait a minute, oh my goodness, that was part of his plan right then and there, because he wanted to inflict damage onto me so that when I come back in with the Stealth Rock, to finish me off the Hidden Power Ice. And I noticed that straight after he did the Sea Flare, so I was like, oh, I'm in deep trouble, son. Yo, Thunderous might just like run through my team, he might run through my team. You know what I'm saying? But he's gonna predict the switch out into Ferrothorn like a boss. Wow, son. I'm jealous, man. Yo, stop predicting me, man. I'm supposed to be predicting you. You know what I mean? But anyway, he's gonna hit me, right? And I'm like, yo, this thing has to die, right? But I just noticed that I'm like out of Gyro Balls. Go figure. I think I'm out of Gyro Balls. Actually, no. So I hit this thing, right? I'm wasting them on a freaking Fortress, you know. But that's alright, I guess. Now that my Tyranitar's gone, I have one less thing to take care of this thing and to win the Weather War. He has the Earthquake. He told me that he has an Earthquake and a Volt Switch, which is my set, actually. It's pretty creative, and it's very freaking helpful, seriously. Let me explain how that works, just in case for anybody who doesn't know. The Volt Switch might work because it's like, you get Switch priority and the Fortress takes the blunt of the attack. Let's just say you have, let's just say your opponent has Tyranitar, right? And like, you got the Fortress, and you got Gengar, right? And this guy goes for maybe Crunch or whatever, predicting you switch out into Gengar. You could like Volt Switch and then go straight out into Gengar. Gengar doesn't have to take shit from Tyranitar, you know what I mean? So it's a boss move to have, even though it doesn't inflict any damage to the opponent, none whatsoever, since it's not stab. Fortress special attack base power is shit, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But anyway, I'm talking way too much. My opponent now, or Joey, is gonna switch out into Shaman. I did predict that, but at the same time, I don't have any Gyro Balls to finish this thing off. So I was like, wow, I think I'm sad. Yes, indeed. So since it's in the rain, Hidden Power Ice is not gonna do much to anything to Shaman. I'm sorry, to Gliscor in this case. I'm just going to go for the Ice Fang. Maybe I'm just like so afraid of the Thunderous, because like, look at the HP of all of my Pokemon. This thing could run through it, and considering that this thing has Thunderbolt, you know, things like Rotom and other things that will normally survive a Thunderbolt coming from the Thunderous won't be able to live and retaliate back to finish off the Thunderous once and for all. That's my biggest concern here. So what he's gonna do now, he's gonna stay with the Fortress, right? I'm just gonna try to go for that Longsword. I'm gonna go for that Longsword. That's right, 80 base damage, battle chip in. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm not all too confident that I could win this at this case, because like, he could like just switch up his moves, maybe save his Fortress later on, since I still do have the Ferrothorn. But I'm trying to predict when he wants to switch out, but it doesn't make sense for him to switch out, considering that Thundurus is like faster than every one of my guys that I have left, and Latios is at a considerable amount of HP where it could just kill me with the hidden power ice. So I'm like, I really wish I evaluated that that Shaman move that he did earlier on in the game. I was like, why did he bring out Shaman? But it just I'm like, yo, I guess he wants to get demolished. That's all I was thinking, you know. But he was a little bit one step ahead of me where that was concerned. And plus I was just, no, cause Sheaf will not say any excuses, okay? Okay, good. I'm not that kind of person. But now he's gonna bring the Thundurus, right? Go for that hidden power ice and finish off my Gliscor. So dang, son, I hate this thing. Every time I see this thing, man, I mean, I don't complain, but like, damn, I'm complaining, son. But you know, no, I'm not complaining. You know what I mean, but I hate this thing. I'm kidding. But I'm gonna bring in the Latios, and as I was explaining before, the Stealth Rock with the added damage with the Sea Flare is gonna be enough to finish me off. The crit didn't even matter in this case, and I'm like, wow, I got like Rotom. I got nothing to take this thing off for a second, right? And I'm gonna bring in the Rotom. Rotom's gonna die to the Thunder. If it was Thunderbolt, I would be able to live and just barely live. And hit this thing with a Hydro Pump. I did the damage calculus, and Thunder was just way too much for my Rotom to take. Right? And look at this guy. He's recovering HP. He's green again. He's trolling. Dang. And he's like, yo, let me just hit you with the hidden power ice, man. You're not even worthy of a Focus Blast. I'm like, you know what? Screw you, Joey. I'm sick and tired of disrespect. You know, but you know, I do have some dignity. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna die to a Thundurus. I'm gonna take my Pokemon and I'm gonna run. All right, I'm gonna run. So it was definitely a great game, viewers. I definitely had a lot of fun. Joey, it was an honor meeting you and playing against you in the PMP tourney, and I definitely had a lot of fun while I was there. And don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. What you doing?